Morning. I need to say, morning.
We're back.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for listening. WKX 1500 AM on your radio dial here in Russellville, Alabama. It's homecoming.
It's homecoming over at Thorptown.
That's right. It's homecoming at Thorptown. We're going to be out in the streets today. We're going to be out with them celebrating their homecoming. We'll be out for the parade and we'll be there for the game. We are going to go out and talk to the kids. I got to go out and see my man, Joel Perez. That's my guy, Joel Perez.
What's his number?
He's number 54.
I'm be looking for 54.
Yeah, number 54. And then I know my boy going to show out Jeremy Vasquez. He's going to show out too. That's the one that the coach was talking about yesterday. And Hunter Reynolds. He's the quarterback and the linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah, so we excited.
Don't forget about Minor.
Oh, yeah. Every time, Malachi Minor, we're going to check them out. You know, the whole team, I'm telling you, I'm rooting for these guys. I mean, they're playing Red Bay. Red Bay.
They're playing Red Bay Tigers today.
So it's Red Bay?
Red Bay.
Oh, okay. I was like Red Bank.
It is Red Bay, but they'll be playing, Thorptown will be playing Red Bay Tigers for their homecoming this evening at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so the Tigers is playing the Wildcats. And Wildcats, y'all know I'm from Mississippi, so I'm thinking about the Rosedale Eagles.
Well, I'm thinking about the Eastside Trojans. Well, they're not there anymore,
Yeah,
but they never say die.
Y'all don't exist anymore. Only in the heart. Only the Eagles are still standing. And, when they changed our name to the West Bolivar Eagles, everybody's like, West Bolivar Eagles? Yeah, Rosedale.
That means it doesn't exist either.
Let's give it up for the Rosedale Eagles. See? Look at that. Listen, our producers over there, he said, if I could run 100 miles. Yeah, you know that song. Listen, he already know that. But listen, we're so excited this morning. I have no idea what y'all talking about this morning.
We're talking about family.
Here we go again with one of those broad topics.
It's very broad, and that's what I was telling our producer this morning. I said, we're very broad this morning, but we're going to go with it, and we're going to swing with it. We're going to start out with 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, verses 4 through 6. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. And the reason I came up with family this morning, on yesterday when we were talking with Coach Hamilton, since it is homecoming, he spoke on what he's working on with his team this year. And he said, building a family. So, basically we got to understand, as long as we have love for one another,
right?
We're family.
Yeah.
So, his focus was he's building a family over at Thorptown. So I just thought that was fitting for homecoming today.
Okay. So family from Thorptown.
Family for Thorptown. We're going to have family for everyone because we're all about love.
We do like Janet. Listen, Janet like hitting these buttons like me, so we hitting buttons because let me tell you something. I'm actually asking everybody to be praying for family because last night we had incident what took place yesterday where a young man killed his wife and his 8-year-old stepson. And that thing is just thrown me just for loops. And it's just like, wow, because you never think that you would know someone that would do that. And then when you find out that you know the people and they actually, I'm like, really know them. Then you find out the person that he killed was somebody that you really knew. And it's like, man, that's just something to deal with.
It's a lot. And, and now we look at so much going on in our news or in our society or just at home. Family is not what it used to be when Big Mama and Medea and all of them were at home. Now we have Tina raising the babies and Lil Shishi raising the baby. It's not the same because they're trying to raise themselves. So we have so much discord, so much people that other people don't know how to love no more.
Well, I mean, I was talking to someone earlier this morning, and one of the things that people don't want anyone to tell them or call them out when they're wrong. Pretty much, and I said even myself as well as I said at church, we don't want people to tell us when we're wrong, but we want someone to love us, and there's no way people can truly love you without telling you when you're wrong. Because even when we read the Bible said God chastises those that He loves. But we're living in a society now where no one wants to be chastised. Nobody want to be reproved. Nobody want to be rebuked. Everybody say, I'm grown to do what I want to do. And it has gone into our families now where even our kids, I'm guilty because growing up, I didn't have an opinion.
Right.
So what I decided I was going to do, I was going to let my children have an opinion. Well, now they grow, I want to hear your opinion. But guess what? You did that. So we have to be careful on the precedents that we set, because once we set them, you can't go back and erase them.
Right.
So, we a lot of things that we did, we said we were going to do this because we didn't want our kids to grow up like we did. But I think I turned out pretty good.
Yeah, and I do too. But we don't want to be held accountable. I think that's the issue. You said we don't want someone telling us to do. We just don't want to be held accountable for anything. We just want to do it our way. And however it handles, that's how it should be. If I feel like I'm right, I'm right. Don't you tell me what I shouldn't be doing for me and mine. So therefore, we just go that way. And I was sitting there listening to Coach Hamilton, as I said yesterday. He said that's what he wants to build at Tharptown. He wants to build a family. He wants to build togetherness. And he wants them to learn who they are so they can be able to know who someone else is. You don't know someone or can't dictate to someone if you don't know yourself. Right. If you're always angry, you're going to always think someone else is angry. Or if you always think trying to get over on someone, you're going to always think somebody else is trying to get over on you.
So we are what we think.
That's what you think. Yeah, that's what I think.
All right. And Anthony, turn up the monitors in here so we can hear our little background music, because I can't hear. And so the thing is that what you're saying that what can we do different with our families? That's what yes. I'm asking. What can we do different with our families? Because you got a family, I got a family, and I'm gonna tell you this, and this is what I even talk about this, and I'm going into the work ethics part of the family. All of us got families.
Yes.
All of us got family. All of us got situations that arise. But one thing I truly believe, and my mom and dad will tell you, they taught us this: you got to handle the business in order to handle the family. Take care of the family.
Right.
You got to handle the business in order to take care of the family. And a lot of people get upset with you, get mad at you. Oh, you just don't understand. Oh, we understand, because all of us have family, but we have to put certain criteria upon this is what we're gonna do, this is what we gotta do. And I tell my children all the time, you cannot take off work for no ain't and everything. You got to work. I'm going back to work. I talked about this yesterday. A man don't work, he don't eat. In our families, we're not putting these good work ethics in for our children, and they're not understanding that you got to work. And then when somebody says something to them about working, you mistreating me. How you mistreating you? What's mistreating you is when I allow you to lay around on your blessed assurance and not do anything, and then I'm dead and gone on to be with the Lord, and now you got to figure out how you gonna feed yourself, because the Bible says if you teach them how to fish, you got to teach them how to fish.
You got to teach them.
You got to teach them how to fish. Don't keep on feeding them. And what we're doing to our families, we're feeding them, and we keep feeding them, and then they won't learn how to fish. And then one day you fed up with feeding them, they looking at you like, well, what you mad for? You've been feeding me all this time.
Right.
Why don't you feed me? You're 30 years old. Feed yourself. Well, you've been feeding me for 29 years, 29 years and a half. So now you want me to feed myself? No. So parents, we have to go back and look at what we're doing and say, okay, we got to change some things. We got to do some things. And one thing I like about my little family, they know daddy work 30 hours a day. He put 24 hours in the day. Daddy go work 30 hours a day. And I'm going to always tell them, you got to work, you got to work, you got to work. And I think our families need to get back to, you got to work, you got to go to church, you got to make sure you serve God. And you can put it in order. You got to serve God, you got to work, and you got to go to church.
And you have to love. You can't do any of it without loving.
Well, you know, if you don't love, you're not going to receive what nobody has to say to you anyway.
That's it.
I ain't to say. Well, I mean, come on now. It's only to be said because it's out of love. And I don't care how you put it. If you love somebody, you're going to receive what they say. If you got a problem with them, you ain't going to receive nothing they say. I don't care how they say it. I don't care what they say. They can put sugar on top of it. You got a problem with them, you're not going to receive it. And our families, and if you look at these deaths and all these murders and all these killing, it comes down to our families. People feeling that they are less of a person, so they have to go out and overcompensate. That means you better not say nothing to me. You better not look at me a certain way because I will take you out. Why? Because you're missing something at home. You don't have that foundation.
And then they're lacking, you know, like I said, you always said love is an action. Love is not it's not a word that you just speak on. You have to show. So therefore, I feel like what's in the heart has to come out. And if you're always bitter, if you always thinking negative or always looking for an excuse, you're not going to get, you know, you're not going to receive what others are trying to give to you.
Yeah, you're right. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. And because the Bible, we're talking about family, the Bible says that a man that does not take care of his own house is worse than an infidel. And that's a major statement. A man that does not take care of his own house, you just sorry.
That's it.
That's what it said. That's what it said. So I read that. I was like, I don't want to be sorry.
Y'all call in and talk to us this morning. Call 256-710-5172. Tell us what you think. We need some give us some conversation input on what you think. We know it's broad, but you know, so many people have their own opinion or own thoughts about family. Some people feel like, well, I'm going to take care of mine. Don't worry about me.
Well, some people feel my family ain't worth nothing. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Charity started at home.
That's it.
My family ain't worth nothing. Well, yeah, your family is worth something. You just got to work through some issues. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't let nobody tell you that your family is less than their family because all families are dysfunctional.
Right. I don't know one. And it doesn't matter the nationality or race.
All of them, because everybody has some dysfunction, but you have to learn how to operate in that dysfunction. So, and what people allow others to do, because some people are good at faking.
Yes.
Okay, you can make it look good, but inside your house, everything falling apart. So you can't allow what you see to determine who you are and your family. Because I'm telling you, I done seen families, and when you're growing up, you go to somebody's house and you stay all night.
You be looking like, this what they doing over here?
Oh my God. Like, oh my. Yeah. But on the outside, you're like, oh, that guy's going on. I wish I, and you little kids, you're like, I wish my mama and my dad was like this. Then you go, you be like, I'm finna go home.
Be sitting at the door with your bag.
Yeah, I'm finna go home.
They said, you can go to bed. Oh, no, my mama on her way.
It's just like look, I'm telling you, you just can't be fooled by that. You just got to enjoy your family, love your family. Now, this is another thing about this family thing. Don't go along mistreating somebody because that's what your family chooses to do.
Right.
That's something else that bothers me. You can take one person in a family and they can cause the whole family to mistreat you like you done something to them.
And they don't even know you.
Right, don't know you, and you looking like, do I know you? Yeah, you don't like my cousin. I didn't know I didn't like your cousin. What did I do to your cousin? Well, she said or he said. Oh.
There's always two sides to a story.
Yeah, that ain't how that went down, but I don't have a problem with you. And then y'all know growing up, you say, you better not talk to him. You better not talk to him. You know we don't like them. Like, huh?
Why?
We don't like them.
Because that's my brother.
And y'all know it used to be the families like, it used to be the Browns against the Washingtons. Like, what happened? the Browns get to Washington, and then next week it'll be the Browns gets to Knox, then next week the Knox get to Johnson, then next week you're like, what
It's a circle,
in the world going on?
Circle of behavior that we got to get out.
Well, I've learned that regardless of what people say, what people do, I am getting better because we at an age now, Sister Tamika, we got more time behind us than we do in front of us.
Yeah, we're not getting it back.
Yeah, man.
I was sitting here just earlier this morning. I was sitting here. One of my classmates texted me, was talking about our class reunion. I said, "Oh wow,
Yeah, you
we almost there.
you got old.
Another century."
She trying to say she didn't got old. She didn't got old. Welcome to the old category.
So we.
Listen, I tell you what though, it's a blessing to get old.
It is.
I don't care what nobody says, it's a blessing to get old. If you don't believe me, try the ones that died early. And if you look at the calendar and you look at the newspaper, you look at Facebook, these children are dying quicker than anything else.
I think I've seen on the news, or I go to the funeral home page, and I've actually seen where at least 3 people.
Yeah, you didn't went out. Keep on talking.
I see at least 3 people are under the age of 40.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. How many bodies? I wonder how many, we may need to call Thompson and Son, ask how many bodies y'all have over there,
and how many
under 50. Call Mays. Yeah, call
and Trinity.
Yeah, Grace and Trinity. Ask them how many bodies y'all got over there. How many under 50? Who else we can call? Fry. Call Fry. How many bodies y'all got? And then it's another one here in Russellville. Another funeral.
We'll have to come back on them. We'll have them come back after the break.
Yeah, he told us to come down and see him. They were real busy.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if we do a survey and call around and ask how many bodies do they have, and then ask how many under the age of 50, you'd be amazed.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't, because right now I promise you, it's so many dying young, and we sit here and we fight over foolishness.
Interesting.
All right. But call in 256-710-5172. We're sitting here in Russellville today, and we're getting ready for homecoming.
Yes, we're sitting here right now. We're going out to homecoming. I'm telling y'all can check us out all day long. We're going out to the festivities, and we're going to be the old folks at the festivities with the young kids. And listen, last week we were in Cherokee, and they had homecoming. And I was laughing because Sister Knox was sitting in the truck. And when I got back in the truck, she said, "Oh my God, these kids are having so much fun. I remember homecoming. It was just such a big deal." Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, you've been out of school about 30-something years now."
But that's all right.
But they were having fun. The kids were having so much fun. And I wish our kids would go back to having fun, being out, enjoying it a whole week. You remember Spirit Week?
Yes.
We used to have Spirit Week. We used to wear our clothes backwards. We used to do all kind of crazy stuff the week of homecoming. And now kids don't want to participate. Everybody want to be grown. Everybody just like, trust me, you got time to be grown.
Yeah.
And guess what? I found out you can't go backwards once you get grown.
No, it's there.
Yeah, that's just like moving out your parents' house, and then you're like, I can't wait to leave.
And then we want to wait to come back.
You're like, I can't wait to go back. We're like, nope, can't come back. No, stay gone. But again, we're just excited. Listen, I want to tell y'all that every day, Monday through Friday, we're live on the air at 9:00 for the Winning Worship Morning Show. Every day, Monday through Friday. And we have a coaching show that comes on Thursday.
At 1:30.
At 1:30 with Coach Hamilton.
Yes.
Coach Hamilton had so much fun yesterday hanging out with Tamika and Janet. And they were just talking. I had to cut them off. I'm like, hold on, y'all. It's only 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute show. Let's come on now. I mean, they were going on, but it was fun. So y'all tune in next Thursday at 1:30 for the Wildcats coaches show.
And he's bringing some players next week.
And he bringing players next week. So y'all make sure. And then listen, if you don't have a football game to go to, I'm challenging you. Why don't you come on out to Thoptown? Thoptown need all the support we can get. I'm on their team now. We can get. And it started off. I was like, I'm gonna go and call the game, and I just
something else to do.
There's something else I gotta do, and because the person that was supposed to call the game for us called us Friday morning. And well, he didn't call us. He called the school and said, "Well, I'm not going to be able to call the game." I'm like, "Oh, no one told us." So, all right. So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." I said, "I'm just gonna call it." Yeah, welcome to. And then next thing you know, I didn't got into the game. Now I'm a Wildcat fan.
You Wildcat?
I'm a Wildcat fan. I'm an Eagle. I'm an Eagle. I tell my children I'm an Eagle. My son said he a Trojan.
Never say die.
Both of my daughters said they're Trojans. And I said, I'm an Eagle.
All right.
And then Sister Knox said she a Wildcat. So a house.
She fits well.
Yeah, house divided, we always stand. So we always stand. So, and listen, I got to say that tomorrow is Sister Knox's birthday.
And my mom.
And your mom's birthday. And Brother George's birthday. It's like a lot of birthdays tomorrow. So, hey, y'all come on out and enjoy the game tonight. Check out the Wildcats. The Wildcats going to win homecoming. We count on them. And then we want to thank all our sponsors. Listen, Russellville has been very receptive to supporting Darktown football. And we just really thank them so much. And we're going to go over our sponsors. We're going to talk about them later on.
Yes.
But listen, let's pay some bills, man. We need to pay some bills. We got to run some commercials so we can pay some bills. And then we're going to come back.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to WKX 1500 AM, the winning morning worship service. I'm all over the place.
Hey, we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back after these messages.